Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning into the day's energy, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you'd like a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. It takes you right to my book online page. All right. The overall energy of this reading is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The Queen of Pentacles upright is very resourceful. She has everything that she needs, all the resources to create, nurture, and grow things into existence. So in reverse, it feels like there's a lack of growth here, a lack of nurturing, no resources, or belief that there's no resources. Wow. Lack. There's this lack mentality here and competition. Wow. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse and vice versa with her back turned again. So this is a very unnurturing environment. Lack of resources. It feels like people are competing for resources, that there's a lack of abundance, a lack of independence in this environment, a lack of fertility. This is a financial, wow, this feels financial. It's about lack, and it feels like poverty mindset and people fighting for resources. There's a lot of feminine energy here. There's there's this mean girl type of energy, someone who lacks transformation. They don't know how to transform. This feels like boy, this is a tough energy. It's Queen of Swords in reverse and backwards with the ice baby. This feels like someone very manipulative. This is someone who manipulates the story and manipulates people. This person has not transformed. This could be the same energy. This could be someone not nurturing, not loving, not caring. They are very dependent on others for their abundance. It could be a mindset, like in a family line, feminine energies that do not feel that they have the resources, that they don't have access to abundance. This kind of feels like old energy. Nowadays, feminine energies, women, gendered women have more opportunities, but this feels like a past mindset of needing others, of fighting women for their man type of energy, fighting to be dependent on someone else. And it feels like we're talking about that type of energy and the lack of transformation that has occurred. Wow. All right. What an interesting way to start a reading. The hidden blessings in this reading is the Six of Cups in reverse. Okay, I know who this is now. Six of Cups oftentimes talks about family. So we could be tuning into grandmother, mother, daughter type of energy. Maybe the interactions there. Or child. This definitely could be a mother energy, very much in poverty mindset, lack, but is dependent on others, maybe men, gender. I'm feeling gender. Oftentimes I feel the energies of feminine and masculine energies, not the gender. This feels gendered because it's about the society and limitations. So it looks like this mother energy is very dependent on others. Doesn't feel like they can go at it alone, and they're willing to manipulate and say whatever they need to say to get what they want, to get their needs met. So this person is very deceptive, and it feels like a lot of coping strategies to in a society, a government, a way of being. But it looks like there's a shift in this energy. There's a new way of perceiving things, a new fire, a new desire. Feels like to get out of that type of mentality, out of that type of energy mindset. It looks like right now there's some confusion, and there's a blessing in this confusion. It's a this or that mindset from this very this energy, feminine energy, is also very critical. It feels like this person is hypercritical. This person can't say anything nice about anyone, really. It feels like they've practiced criticism so much that that's all their perception is. And so they're in lesson. They've not understood how to evolve and how to shift, how to create a new way of being. They're very stuck in that old mindset. And I don't know why is this the hidden blessing? Maybe it's that they're confused, unable. I feel like you've learned a new way of being. Yes, there we go. I'm getting that you've learned a new way of being. Maybe, hear me out here, maybe you were raised to also become this type of energy. Not believing that you have the resources, not believing that you can have abundance, that you can create abundance for yourself, that you are dependent on others. I'm really getting the you have to have a man to create your abundance. So it's a very specific picture and energies that I'm tuning into. And the hidden blessing is that I think you see this. You see this in your past. You see that maybe your mother was this way. And it looks like the hidden blessing is that you've learned that that does not create happiness. It creates dependence and codependence. And so you have this new opportunity. It feels like you're nurturing a new beginning for yourself, taking action towards that and separating from those who aren't loving, who aren't caring, who aren't nurturing. They're critical and confused and wounded, unhealed wounds. But it doesn't feel like you're the medicine for this type of energy, because it feels like this type of energy just wants to control, control. Do what I say. It's like behavior. This person's very determined to, you need to behave in a way that makes me happy. But that target of how to show up is constantly changing because this person is all over the place. This person, this feminine energy definitely controls and manipulates their environment. Feels like they're stuck in this limited perspective. All right, what you're leaving behind is the Magician. Feel that you've manifested to leave this energy behind. Not just this person in the 3D, but you first manifesting the changes within. So you are no longer operating in this type of energy. You're leaving behind an unhappy home life, a lack of passion, a lack of stability, a lack of joy. That's what it feels like growing up in with this energy. If this is a mother or grandmother or someone, it feels like they create a very unhappy home environment. It feels like they put up an image that it's happy, but in reality it's just a miserable place to be, and it's a trap. It's a mental trap. It feels like it was really hard to see these limiting beliefs. It feels like you might have tried to become this version to, but it just didn't work. And so it looks like you're leaving this confusion behind. You're leaving having to stay with people who are like this, who and don't want to transform, don't know how to transform. This is a mindset that it feels like this person, like if you don't have a spouse or if you aren't married, or this is the mother kind of taught, like you're nothing, you're half of a person. Wow, these are some old viewpoints. I guess they're still a lot alive and well in the present energy. But all right, how to get the most of this energy is the Four of Swords. It's time to rest, recuperate, take care of yourself. Cut off communication, go no contact or low contact. Feels like you've been healing from this energy, healing your heart, healing your home. Both. It feels like healing your heart is the internal work that you did, who you are, who you would prefer to be, and then healing your home as a 3D expression of that heart healing. Beautiful. Make sure you're getting enough rest. It looks like, wow, it looks like you're focusing on your finances and abundance. You're creating stability. I'm perceiving also that instead of, as a feminine, female gendered person that I'm talking to, that instead of seeking masculine energy or a man to create stability, I'm perceiving that you've healed your masculine energy, and so you are feeling more whole, more complete. So there isn't this feeling that something's missing. You feel very whole. This is the mother wound, definitely, that I'm perceiving. And okay, it's really fear-based. It's based in fear. It's based in centering fear to keep people small and dependent and afraid to face their fears. It looks like, again, you're just focusing on work. There's something like building your own abundance. It feels like you're just ignoring what you've learned and believed about your ability to create abundance for yourself. And you're just showing yourself that you are complete and whole. It doesn't mean that you don't want a romantic partner. What I'm perceiving here, it's very different intentionality. It's not, I don't need a man type of energy. It's, I don't need a man. But if the right person shows up, then how lovely. They would be able to match me at this level of independence, of interdependence instead of codependence or depending on someone else fully. All right, what's supporting you is your strength, courage, your willingness to face your fears. I was just talking to my bulldog here sleeping on the couch. I was just talking to Chuck this morning about he can be a little nervous, and I was letting him know that it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be nervous. That's where you can find your bravery. If you don't feel fear and you're doing something, that's not bravery. Bravery is feeling that fear, feeling that anxiety, and going through it, and then coming out the other side and conquering. That fear no longer has any sway on you, any hold on you, and it feels like you have shown yourself to be very capable of facing your fears. You have a lot of strength. There's some type of, what is this? Yeah, this does feel like right now in regards to love that it's a challenge because you showing up fully as yourself, strong, independent, feminine energy, that it feels like it's hard to find a match for you. You might have found that dating or partners are still, masculine energies are still stuck in this kind of owning feminine energy, owning a woman. You're mine. And it kind of has that trad wife type of energy, but it feels like if you are this strong, independent person who's faced your fears, you can't go back to someone who's just doesn't change, doesn't evolve, lacks loyalty. Yeah, I think that, and what's wild about this is that in this energy, in this feminine, strong, powerful, courageous energy, you're very attractive. You're very attractive to people. They want to capture that, and it feels like the masculine energy really wants to embody that. And instead, a lot of times there's a jealousy, a competition, and projecting and trying to minimize the feminine energy instead of supporting and being like, look how strong feminine energy is. She doesn't need me, so I better up my game. Instead of, she doesn't need me, I better, that's making me feel very fearful, so I better cut her off at the knees and dampen her spirit a bit. It looks like you're not interested in that type of scenario. That's your nightmare. You're not wanting someone who's masking, who's trying to sales pitch you. You just want someone authentic who can meet you at this level. Wow. This feels like a bit like a love reading at the core of it. Wow, very interesting. All right, what to be mindful of? Wow, the sun, clarity, happiness, joy. She's by herself and she's finding this clarity, this joy. I think there's also a program in our society about feminine ownership, about owning the female. And I think it is outdated. And the limitations that I was raised with, that I'm kind of, that are surfacing, like women can't be a president. They're so emotional. What? Like men aren't emotional? Their anger, their frustration, their rejection, that's not emotional. I remember even women saying, I don't think that a woman should be president. It feels like there's a clarity coming in to the collective around walking away from these type of beliefs, that these do not create happy, joyful environments. This causes a lot of grief and a lot of sadness, a lot of women suffering in silence, a lot of breakups, it looks like, happening over this, over the basis of what a relationship is. Is it need-based or is it desire-based? And how difficult it is to form a family unit with all the structures needed, with a romantic relationship that's based in romance, is supposed to be stable and secure. There's something here about redefining how we relationship. And it also, it looks like there's fantasy romanticized version that the best thing that a woman could have is a man that chooses her. And I do want to say that as much as I am having kind of like my own personal response, like, this is how I even operated in this system, or tried to make this work personally, and could never find soul satisfaction in being owned and bossed around by a man, being minimized. It was not enjoyable. This structure, I'm not talking about all men and that kind of stuff. I'm talking about in this type of belief system of what a relationship looks like. For me personally, that did not work. It looks like you know too much. You played small for a long time. This might have been marriage with the Hierophant coming up, something very contractual. And that too feels like there's this contract. Like I can't break this romantic relationship because the dependence on create, the work of family and having all that family, your children, that home life based around a romantic relationship. I hope that's making sense. And it feels like there's a lot of clarity coming in to the collective to make choices. Not everybody's going to have the same perspective around these choices or be excited about the opportunities. Yeah, it looks like here's a message. I'm also perceiving that you might have in the past been duped into this system. Like, I don't want this type of relationship. Oh, and then the romantic partner is like, oh my gosh, I know, right? We're going to totally create what you're looking at, what you want. But it feels like they don't have the capacity. It feels like they're lying, selling you a pipe dream. Maybe someone sold you a pipe dream and like a bait and switch, that you were going to have this type of relationship, but then at some point when they had you, when they owned you, then they switched the story, and it feels like a lot of chronic unhappiness in a system that you never really wanted to be a part of. Boy, this feels so specific. So specific. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. I'm going to go ahead and take this over to Patreon and do an extended reading. I'll go ahead and take a look at health, relationships, creativity, new opportunities, and career and finance. So we're halfway there. So hope you enjoy that. If you want to continue on to Patreon, the link's in the description box below. I'll see you over there. Bye.